Okay, we're now going to look at some offense from the Russian tie or Russian 2-on-1. Okay, so firstly, let's just look at a way to get there. Now, there's a number of ways to get there, okay, and you'll often experiment and find new pathways, but let's just look at one, and one that I like to use a lot, which is countering a collar tie. A collar tie is such a common grip that people like to use, so it's good to have a really robust way to counter this immediately. Okay, so as he collar ties me here, all right, the first key thing is I need to be able to strip this. So my stance needs to help with that. Okay, my shoulder on this backside to you, okay, is going to have a good chance of punching through. So it's like, just like here, it's like I'm driving my shoulder, like as if I was punching his forearm. Okay, that's driving through. But I can only do that so much with my stance as it is. Maybe your stance started like this, so that's fine. But if you had your stance switched and you're trying to punch through with this opposite shoulder to that lead foot, I'd have to switch. So now here, I'm exaggerating, but I can really turn my shoulder through and strip that. Okay, so lead foot needs to match the side we're stripping it. As we do that, okay, we're punching through. My far side hand reaches for the wrist. Now that reach is not with a C grip between fingers and thumb. Okay, I'm cupping over the hand or wrist with a false grip, okay, hooking the forearm. So I'm hooking it here, okay, and I'm almost loading it up so I can punch and rip that across as it's stripped, okay. So I'm pulling this to my far chest or far shoulder. At the same time, this near side hand, okay, here, is punching through, okay. It's like I'm trying to uppercut into space, and that line that I'm doing it is around the joint of his shoulder. So as I'm ripping this across, I'm punching this through, okay, and controlling his shoulder on my near shoulder. So I got control on the far shoulder, control on the near shoulder. His elbow ideally should be right down the middle, his arm in a V shape, okay, connected to my sternum, and I'm pulling, rowing back with my arms and punching my chest through. That's going to put an external rotation on his shoulder and make this grip really sticky, okay? So I'm punching through, pulling to here, and then keeping that really stuck. Okay, so that's the entry. From that, my primary objective should be getting to the back, okay? Now, I'm not going to go into this in huge detail because this is very similar to the throw-by video, okay? So you can go back to that to see this in more detail. The stepping pattern is basically the same. I'm stepping in, okay, already behind his stance. I'm back stepping to get him to square up to me. As he squares up, I'm throwing that arm by with my grips. Okay, so we'll come back. I can adjust my grip for this. Okay, so here it's possible I can pull through. Okay, but it's better if I switch to the wrist at this point so that I can extend that through even further. Okay, so I'm in position. All right, I'm reaching as I'm stepping behind. I back step, he squares up, I throw this by, and I get to that rear body lock again. Okay. So full speed from the top, we're working in, he gets a collar tie, I rip this off, I'm looking for the back, I pull through, I get to that rear body lock. Okay, next option from this, all right, we're going to hit an Uchimata. Again, the mechanics to this are very similar to the Uchimata from the overhook, so I won't go into massive level of detail, okay. As I'm getting to my 2-on-1 and I'm trying to approach the back, he steps that near leg back, okay? And what's particularly helpful for the Uchimata approach is when that far side arm is really posting like on my shoulder or my head, trying to push off me to strip this grip, okay? If your partner's not being disciplined with this and we're able to sort of keep connection nice and close with our head position, then we'll go to the Sumigaeshi, which you'll see next, okay? But assuming my partner's pushing on me and extending off this arm to try and separate, and I can't get good head position, I try and reach for this, it's going to strip the grip. All right, from here, I'm going to hit that Uchimata again. Okay, so I step in with my near leg, back step with my far leg, and as I'm doing that, I can also switch to that same wrist grip we had for the throw bar to extend him through. Okay, just turn around a bit for here. Step in, back step, switching grip. As I throw my Uchimata, I'm throwing him by, and again getting to the rear body lock as that back exposure passes me, okay? So looking at that, a little bit more live speed from the collar tie. I'm stripping this, okay? I'm trying to get to the back, but he's sprawling that leg back, all right? So I'm stepping in, popping, getting to my rear body lock. From here, I could break him down and persist from there. Last option, the sumigashi. Okay, so we're stripping, getting to our 2-on-1. I try and get to the back. He's protecting that position with his stance, but maybe he's a bit lazy with that hand, okay? Or just focusing on somewhere that doesn't push my head away. So maybe he's trying to like post a bit lower on my chest or something. This is less effective in stopping me reaching for the far lat, which is a grip I want for the sumigashi, okay? So as this is happening, I can't get to the back, so I change my near side hand, cupping the lat. Again, a false grip deep over the muscle of the lat, okay? And from here, I'm gonna step in again, but really close to this far side leg, okay? I'm stepping in with my near side leg. As I do this, my back leg, I'm just gonna let go just so I can do this in slow-mo. You can still stay there. Okay, my back leg, my shin is gonna squat down behind this ankle. So I'm in this sort of squat position here. This leg stays planted as I'm down here, and then I'm gonna push off that back leg to pull him with me, okay? Ultimately, I wanna take his weight from this far leg and put it on his near side leg, and that lat grip is gonna help me to do so, and I push back, elevating now with that hook, and that hook is what we're really using as the sumigashi, okay? Which is this inside hook here, elevating his hip. So from the top, I've got my 2-on-1 grip, I pass off to the lat, I step in, squat. As I'm squatting, I really try and rotate his shoulder over so his weight transfers to that near side leg. And then as I sit back and I feel this leg become really light, that's when I can kick it over. Now this isn't the finish because we're still on our back. So we'll just get a bit closer here from that ending position. Okay, so I've got you down on your back. So we land like this, okay? A key to this is who's gonna win head height first. So if I try and come straight up to side control and he sits up at the same time, maybe he's got head height above mine on the floor. Now there's a scramble and he kind of beats me to a top position, okay? Sometimes you'll find that the momentum of you coming down allows you to just roll over the top, okay? But good habit from this position is as he starts trying to come up, I actually move my hips away and I thread the needle back with this so my head stays over his as he gets up. At the very least, I can get into a front headlock or go behind to approach his back. Okay, so come back to the top. Again, collar tie, strip this. Okay, I'm trying to get to that back exposure. He steps back. I'm stepping in, flip, tries to get up. I'm circling back so I keep top head position and I maintain a good top position from here. Okay, so those are some really good options from the Russian 2-on-1.